With the year that I had looked towards for 21 years since she'd passed away, and I would like that was the month of my life that I had dreaded for 21 years. 21 years, I was like, the month I become older than my mom is like, I was terrified of that month. And there I was on the operating, like all my fears coming true.
Wow.
So there's a story there.
That's yeah. Yeah. So how do you get out and move forward?
Well, I had found my personal resonance. I had found who I am and what I'm all about. I knew it was a couple years earlier that I had found my mission, my North Star, that I
Hmm.
knew what I was meant for, and that I had finally gotten comfortable in my own skin. I spent almost all of my life not comfortable in my own skin. Right? I was the unintentional asshole for a lot of years, right? I mean, for 20 plus years, that was me. That's why it's the name of my book.
Yeah.
And I'd spent all this time in that space, and I'd done that. But more recently, I had found my personal resonance, and my definition of success had changed. And I think that was crucial to me moving forward, which is that I had all my life I thought that success was achievement of some form.
Mm-hmm.
Now, or of what I had to be or what I had to become, or an achievement at first maybe it was money, right?
Yep.
Then it was like, what can I do? Then it was, who can I help? Then it was, how many can I help? And then it was fulfilling my mission. Like, success is fulfilling my mission. And then I realized all that's bullshit. And I realized that at a deep core, now it's a process I take people through. It took me several years. I take people through it in like a month now. But I realized that success is fulfilling the purpose that you're meant for every day. And that if you do that, you are successful. That means right
Yes.
now I can look you in the eyes and say, I am successful
Yep.
right now.
Yep.
And mean it from the core, which I'd never in my life. How many people can look around and confidently, without like shrinking from it or being upset by it or feeling egotistical, how many people can say I am successful? Even
Not many.
really
Not even
visibly
really
successful people, they really can't,
Yeah.
right? I can say that because I found that personal resonance. And so when I'm laying there, and when I'm thinking, there were two things that I was thinking when I was laying on the operating table. The first was that I was incredibly grateful that, I mean, I was alive, right? But I wasn't just grateful for that. I was grateful for the people I was surrounded with. I recognized that life is 10% what happens and 90% how I respond, which is something that's one of my core beliefs, my core
Mm-hmm.
principles in general. But I also recognized a corollary to that, which is that on our darkest day and our darkest hour, and that was certainly mine. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't get a lot
A lot
darker
darker
than
than
them
that.
saying 60% of people die from what you're doing right now. Like, it's pretty dark.
The odds are not in your favor at that
Right,
point.
right. Like, you're not in a good mood, really. I mean, that's not ideal. But that corollary was, even in your darkest day, even in your darkest hour, that 90% of the things in your life are objectively good. And knowing my purpose, having found that resonance, having understood an objective clarity, it didn't take away the fear. I was terrified. There were tears. Like, I was scared. I was scared to die. I was scared of what this meant. Right. I mean, there's no getting around that. And I was open about that. I did some lives then. I'm like, look, I am afraid. I think too few people are willing to say that. And,
Yeah.
and like, I was terrified. But all of the rest that was going through my head was not what it would have been. It was not the stories and the tapes that would have been playing in my head from my childhood or from the past. It was all the things that I just said, and that gave me the spot to go forward. It said, look, I've got a mission. I'm here to fulfill it, and as long as I've got breath, I'm going to